edition of this launch, the 11th one. We are so happy to have you again. We always come here. What we want to do is to have these conversations as entrepreneurs, but also secondly, to listen to people who can give us a bit of advice on some key topics about business, about life as entrepreneurs, how to balance things. And when we are thinking about this issue of importation and taxation, who else but Andrew here? Andrew works with Day to Day and Dubai Shoppers. He's also a man who knows apparently a lot. One day we had him, when we had Twaha, he was seated somewhere there and then he started talking about importation and taxation. We couldn't finish the topic. So we have been trying to get him here and we are so glad that he's here today. So I'll let him introduce himself. But as he does so, I also would love to know, when you look at us here, as we are, you have heard from Orino to Dripla to the consultants. Most of these people are entrepreneurs. They really want to, some of them want to reach where you are. Others want to be a bit bigger and all this. What do you make of us? What do you think of us when you see us? Yeah.
Thank you, moderator. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to be sure that soft cycle. Can you hear me? Please, if you can't hear me, you let me know. Yes, I think the latter arrangement is better. I'm able to see everyone. Thank you, moderator, for having me. I'm also excited as you to be on this show on the 11th, as he said. My name is Andrew Sserwanga, and I'm a born of Isinjiro, Chikagati. I chair board of directors for Day to Day Uganda Limited, though most of you know it as Day to Day Supermarket. And our oldest company is Dubai Shopping Center, with Dubai Shoppers, okay? Yes, yeah. That's where I spend much of my time, yeah? Yeah, so I play as the chairman and the CEO. Equally, I'm also CEO for Mbara Bonded Hub. It's a new customs bond warehouse at the Northern Bypass. Okay. So the organizers have been trying to reach me. Not that I've been missing intentionally, but somehow Fridays I belong to Lions Club of Mbarara Central, and I'm a guiding lion to a club, Lions Club of Isinjiro. So they usually meet every Friday. So it's a young club, which we chartered, I think, in December. So that's why Fridays have been very hard for me, okay? Yeah, to actually come and be with you. But this is a very good program. To start from what you asked me, it's a very big program. I can only wish that we make it bigger. Like some time back when I came, yeah, working out something such that you can ease your work and everyone enjoys it at another level. And we hope by the time we reach in June, we shall have a better place and better audience, and everyone will be very happy.
Also is the co-founder of Cafe Kando and our host. How about a hand clap? I think he deserves it. I mean, he's hosting us and he gave us a discount on the things you are going to take today.
Thank you. Yeah. So what do we make of this? This is very good. And maybe also to mention on this show, I'm excited to have my OB, my classmate, Engineer Asaf, Pio, to be with us.
Oh.
I posted I also Actually, I saw it from Sharon, my co-partner here. I didn't know I'd been posted. Okay, so I reshared on my post, and Mr. Asaf saw it. Yeah, doesn't stay around, but once in a while he's around. So, Mr. Asaf, thank you very much for making it to this place. Yeah,
You're welcome.
You've given me the energy to actually to speak. I was with him from St. Henry's Coach Tovu for 6 years.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, what do I make of this? When I was here in the introductions, okay, there's something that is unique. You discover that everyone has their own idea, okay? We are all doing things differently. No wonder we're different, okay? And that's actually the power that we have. So coming here, maybe you could learn from another person. Like there was a time we were here, somebody had said he was a software engineer, and later on, actually, when I interacted with them, they gave me some vital information that helped me achieve something. So this is very good because you see, we learn, and you know they say education is not finding facts, okay? Yeah, education is not finding facts, but it helps us to, it is the learning of the mind. So when you come here with our different backgrounds, with our different ideas on what we're able to do, okay, for me I think that is very powerful, okay? Yeah, it's the foundation for our markets, first of all. I was asking my neighbor here, I saw her loading a whole fuss of eggs, and I was like, hey, didn't need to carry eggs for us, for members. You get, okay? Yeah, so that's how we actually start. Once again, I'm delighted to be on this show, and I think I can proceed and do the presentation. Maybe I want to be a bit of very engaging, okay? To be honest, I didn't prepare anything because I want actually, you ask me, then I respond, okay? Yeah, after I've mentioned 1 or 2, 3 things. But I want to start with an icebreaker, okay? And I will ask a question. If you don't fall there, if it's the no, then you sit. If it's the yes, remain standing, okay? Just to start from there, right? So shall we all firstly rise? Now, if you have a national ID, keep standing. If you don't have a national ID, please, you sit down. Just want you to be sincere with yourself, okay?
It's okay, guys.
Yeah,
if you don't have, it's okay. You can sit.
If you've not got a national ID, you sit down. If you have a national ID, you keep standing. Very good. As we are here, if you have a passport, keep standing. If you don't have a passport, you sit. A passport.
Valid.
Okay. No, yes, if you have a passport, the thing is a passport.
Okay.
Those standing. If you have a driving permit, remain standing.
I went to Lira.
The ones standing. If you've traveled outside Uganda, within East Africa, yeah, within East Africa, you remain standing. Just within the East Africa, you remain standing. If you've not traveled, you sit down. The ones who remain standing, if you've traveled outside East Africa, you remain standing. Okay. Thank you. You can clap for them. Now, this, you guys, you can sit. You guys can sit. Thank you. If I'm throw back the same question, what do you make of that icebreaker?
Guys,
You asked me what you make of this presentation, so I'm also asking you, yeah? Yeah. What do you make of this exercise that has just happened? Yes.
You have to be ready.
You have to be ready.
Yeah.
Yes, another one?
another person? May I can speak also.
Yes, yeah.
So, for me, I think it's there are levels to these things. Basically, some people have some things others do not have, but we are still together. You want to add?
Maybe
Okay.
I forgot, but by mere looking, everyone is above 18. Eh? That was supposed to be the first. Okay? Yes. So, meaning all those other questions I was asking, all of you actually qualify. Yes. That was supposed to be the best. Yes.
So maybe ready it, but you have to be prepared. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be prepared. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, let me also echo what he has said. It means that you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared and ready. Because I can give a scenario where in my position right now, I got it because I had a passport. It was one of the things, because they wanted someone who was very ready at that point, who was ready with what they wanted and also with the passport. So if I didn't have it in that time, because they had to organize us and go for some training very fast, I couldn't get it. So that's what it means to me.
Thank you.
Yeah, to me, it looks like if you are above 18, these are the documents you should never miss to
Thank you.
have.
Thank you. Thank you. Maybe one more, then we proceed.
Okay. No one.
Yes. Thank you. Actually, that sums it up. Okay. I remember when I joined Macquarie University in 2008. You know, during the orientation time, okay, this same thing came up as a joke, but I can tell you, I took it up very seriously. In one of the orientations, the presenter did something similar like this as an icebreaker. And I remember it started as, if you are above 18, remain standing. Of course, all of us were above 18. And then he went ahead to ask us such questions. As he has said, okay, when in this era, okay, I had some of you at State University, most of you have graduated, okay. These are some of the things that should be within your reach easily, especially the documentation. What is stopping you? Okay, all of you likely enough have national IDs. That's very good. But for us by then, few of us had national IDs. What is stopping you if you have a national ID? We have a regional office here, passport for immigrations, okay? It's I think 250,000, okay?
Yeah.
I think if you're intentional, that you can have altogether.
Yeah.
Yes? What would happen if an opportunity comes and then you start fidgeting like he was actually talking about? Altogether. Yes? We talk of a global village. So you have to be ready and be prepared. Yes? The driving permit, okay? You still actually do qualify, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? You might join an organization, okay? And it's a requirement. Yep. I know there's a friend of ours that was actually a requirement. Yeah, it was a big position, but one of that just it was left out because of a driving license. And these are some of the things that you might not easily chase within a short time. Okay. So if you have a passport, it becomes easier for you to easily travel. Altogether, though even with your national ID, you can cross to Rwanda here to Kigali easily. It's just, I think, 20,000. Okay? Me, when I was at university, I was on government sponsorship. My faculty allowance strictly was making me travel across East Africa. That is how it was. Actually, you know, when the semester has just started, you have that week of freelancing, okay? Lecturers are not yet serious, okay? That's the time I would actually use to travel. And interestingly, when actually I got a passport, I got an opportunity. Within just a week, I'd gotten my passport like this, boop, an opportunity came, and I traveled. I usually joke with my father, much as Femi has traveled, but he did not pay for my first air ticket. It was paid by somebody else. It was a promotion at campus, which I participated in, okay, and us who are ready with passports and identifications, yeah, were only considered. We're about 12 and only 8 of us were taken because we were actually ready. And they took us to Nairobi, spent a week, taught us so many things, yeah, and I benefited from that. So the bottom line, I want to start from that because it is relevant to importation. If you want to think of importation, okay, by definition, importation, these are things that are coming from outside, altogether. And it is good that you understand it because if you are to look around ourselves, how many of us are having things that are made in Uganda, apart from maybe this water? I don't know. Are your shirts made in Uganda?
The shirts?
Yeah. Maybe if it's made from Nitil, then that is okay. This one has a smartwatch. I doubt it's made in Uganda. Yeah. So it's important that we understand importation. Okay. Now, so what happens in importation? I will start with this story. When we're done with the university, like many of us here, you reach out to your parents, you ask them for capital. Is there anyone who finished and then they reached out to their parents for capital? Just by show of hand. You ask like, now I need some capital. I want to do something. As in you did, yeah?
Guys, don't be shy.
Yes, very good. So I have a friend who did the same. Okay? And the father was so kind, loved the boy and supported. I remember as a provincial, 2011, 2012. 2011, yes. He was called Melvin. Melvin, the father gave him 70 millions by then.
That is serious.
70 millions. I remember Melvin, he came and asked my father. My father is called by because he used to travel very much, even now. He asked him, I want to start trading. Okay? I have 70 millions. I remember my father told him, you don't have to start with that money straight away by importing, okay? Whatever you want to start doing, first do your business locally, okay? Gain some local strength, okay? And then import, okay? For him, he said, but things outside are cheap. For me, I want to start straight away and import. The fella goes. And you know, if it's like your first time, you may be misled. For instance, you would find, I'm going to choose like this phone. I don't know how much it is in
Currently
Uganda.
or before?
Okay, let's say for instance, current, yes, how much
Around
is it?
600K.
Yes, around 600,000. Now, if you possibly found it at 400,000, okay, you'll be excited, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you say I'm going to bring as many as these, so that I can actually make a cut. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you actually don't know what happens, yeah, how to juggle the markets. Okay. Now, and that is the one thing that has killed people's money. Okay. Maybe you find very few have the discipline. Okay. The discipline to remain mulamwa. Okay. Maybe you're trading. Now you go. Maybe you even didn't need a laptop. Yeah. But now because you think it's now affordable, yeah, then you also buy a laptop. Altogether. You're already having a phone, okay? But now because you're seeing very fancy ones and others, okay? And then you also buy a phone. Yeah, that is the syndrome that I've seen affect first time importance. Okay? And all day maybe when you go there, then the thing comes, like now you have to buy many clothes because you feel they're actually very affordable. But even when you've survived that excitement, yeah, you load things. Now, this is what happened. My friend loaded things. First, they couldn't fill up a whole container. Yeah, 40-feet container. So, he resorted to a 20-feet container. Now, by 7,000, that is about approximately about $25,000. Okay. So he had used about $20,000, about 60 million, because you'd see this and he'd want to buy this one. He'd want to buy this one because he's seeing it is cheap. But remember, that is another market, and then you're going to send to another market. Now, my friend, after he succeeded buying and filling the 20-feet container, the thing rolled onto the ship, okay, onto the sea. Now, he had forgotten that there's what we call shipping fees. Altogether.
Yeah.
I think
Maybe Andrew, as you are giving the story, now when you say, for example, shipping fees, for someone who doesn't know what shipping fees are, you can always try to talk about those terms
very
to
good.
make us, for example, we are talking about something of 20 feet, someone may easily get lost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Now, when we talk about containers, have you seen these trailers? That long thing, it's what we call a 40-feet container. Yes.
These long ones.
Yeah, those long ones. That trailer, the one that sits on a.
Let me see if I have a picture.
Now the short one is called a 20 feet.
Okay.
Okay. But now, in China, for them they use what you call CBM. CBM means cubic meter. CBM means volume. Okay. Now, usually in Dubai, for them they measure. They will say if they measure in feet. Okay. So it's a 40 feet. But in China, for them they will tell you this is 68 CBM.
Okay.
Okay. Now 68 CBM, that is the volume.
Inside.
Okay. The inside.
Yeah.
If you get water and then you power.
Yeah.
Yeah. Length times width times
Height.
Okay.
I remember that math.
Yes. So that's how you come up with a what? With a CBM altogether. Now that long one is 68 CBM. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. And the other short one is the equivalent about usually 32 CBM. Yeah. It is usually shorter. Okay. So he put in the short one, and then when the goods came, now this is what happens. Lucky enough, before you travel to do importation, there are key things you need to understand. Who is going to be your exporter? So your exporter is your shipper. Okay? If there are small things, you can just come back with them on the plane. Okay? But these planes have a limited number of kgs baggage allowance that they give you. Okay? So you need to know, and this is what happens when you go to buy in those shops or outlets. Now, different markets have different models. In Dubai, they have things readily available. Okay, for them, Dubai is like a world market. You can find things from England, you can find things from Germany, you can find things from China, you can find things from USA, from India. So it's a market. Okay, they have ready items. Okay, so when you say I need maybe 10 cartons of this, 10 cartons of the other one, okay, the first thing they will ask you, they will be where are we delivering? Okay, all together.
Yeah.
So when you go, you need to know who's going to ship for you. Yeah, who is the cargo? We shall call it. They usually ask you what is your cargo. Okay, so you must be having the cargo. Okay, then and the cargo address. So you tell them, then they deliver to the cargo. Okay, and every cargo delivered is labeled your initials. Okay, so it is from that cargo where you are the cargo is really in touch with the shipping company, so they book for you the container, okay, depending on the volume of your goods, and then they ship for you. So shipping, that's where now the cargo becomes the exporter, okay, because for you are not a resident there, okay, you've bought goods all together. So for them, they are exporting. If you want to take things from here to Kigali, yeah, in our terms, you are exporting altogether. So likewise, the other side, so you need an exporter, okay? Yes, yeah, like you're not going to move some of the things and just take them to Kigali. You must be registered for import and export altogether. Yeah, so that's how the same system works in taxation. When you go to register for taxation, maybe can register for income tax. If it is a company, pay as you earn, then import and export. Okay, meaning you can import, or you can also do what? You can export. Okay, so now they will ask you for the port of discharge. Now, port of discharge for Uganda, as you know, Uganda is the landlocked country. Remember that geography?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Yeah. You don't have access to the sea.
Very good. You know some of the things we study in school, yeah? The way I told you, education is not finding facts, but it helps the mind to get the knowledge, to learn, yeah? Yeah, they are applicable that we usually don't take them serious, okay? Because we don't have access to the what? To the sea. So we usually use Mombasa and Dar es Salaam, okay? Mombasa Port or Dar es Salaam. So you tell the shipper where they should drop your container, either Mombasa or Dar es Salaam, altogether. Now, when the container reaches there is usually the shipping line makes what you call a manifest. Okay, it's a requirement. Yeah, they have to manifest what they are carrying. I'm carrying this container, and this container belongs to Entrepreneurs League company altogether, and this is their TIN number, and it is destined to Mbarara. It's going to move from Mombasa to Mbarara altogether. Now you see that manifest, because the government emphasizes it, so that they put you in a proper channel to tax you properly, to avoid the smuggling, etc. Altogether. Yes, the same thing happens even when you're buying these cars. If you buy online, okay, yeah, that's the same. Just that when you buy online, I don't know if has anyone of you ever tried to buy something online?
Yeah.
You realize that's almost the same process. They will send you some documents,
Yeah.
bill of landing, okay, yeah. Now all those, until that consignment reaches its final destination, where it is designated, can either be trackable, okay? until the government gets its tax. So that's what happens. So my friend container comes, reaches Mombasa, then ask him. I think that time that's him for about $3,000. He said, wow, he was not prepared. That was about 10 million. Now from there, that consignment has to be cleared. You need an agent. Now, in importation, I don't know why they don't allow, maybe for small goods, but you've heard of agents, eh?
Clearing and forwarding.
Yeah, clearing agents, okay?
Yeah.
So if you think of importation, yeah, you also have to think of a clearing agent. Yeah, you're not going to go to URA and clear your goods on your own. No, there are clearing agents who are trained and who understand the system. And the system they use is called a SCUDA.
A SCUDA.
Yes. So the agent captures your details, gets your packing list, and uploads it onto now the SCUDA system. Yes? Remember, the shipping line makes a manifest. I'm carrying this number of packages for Entrepreneurs League Limited. Okay? Now, so your agent picks it up from there, from the manifest, okay? And now uploads it onto the SCUDA. Now for the government now to view you properly of what is expecting. Altogether. Usually if goods are for the government, there are other ways. They are called routes, yeah? I think there's route A, there's route 1, route 2, route 3, and I think route 4, okay? Now, meaning for general people, we general people, this must be your route, okay? If goods, for instance, are for State House, they have a different route altogether, because those are exempted from any tax. They're exempted even from being warehoused, okay? Now, there's also another route, yeah, maybe whereby you find the diplomats, yeah? So they call them routes, okay? Yeah, now the agents know all these terminologies, eh? So they will possibly know where you belong, okay? Are they for the government? Are they passing through? Yes. The other route is these goods are not destined for Uganda. Maybe they are proceeding to Kigali altogether. So the officers are looking at the documentation. They're able to tell, okay, where actually you belong altogether. So now from Mombasa, my friend was told you need a clearing agent to clear you at Mombasa, and also to bring the consignment up to Uganda. And he was not prepared for that. And that is money as well. Okay? Moving from Mombasa, 40-feet container, they usually charge between $3,500 to $4,000, to reach Mbarara. Yes,
from,
yes.
From Mbarara?
Yes,
direct?
to Mbarara, yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's about more 15 millions. Yes?
10 plus 15.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we're still on transport alone. Okay? Now the fellow was like, okay, this hadn't planned for this. So he went to the father. I remember the father gave him more 20 millions. Like, Nene, the things are here. Okay? I need to pay for, we shall call them flight what? Flight costs, flight charges. Eh? Now, it's at Mombasa. I don't know, there's a terminology, whether you've heard about it, CIF.
CIF. No, I have not personally.
Who has heard that terminology, CIF?
Better witness. You have not?
Yes. Yes. Now, I've enjoyed something like, somebody said they imported. Didn't they put like CIF value? Now, CIF means cost, insurance, and flight. Okay? Our taxation system in importation, yeah? The rates are based on the CIF value of the goods that you're bringing. As at port of entry, like I said, by sea, our port of entry is Mombasa or Dar es Salaam. By air, it's Entebbe International Airport. Okay. Cost, insurance, and flight CIF value. If you try to buy a car online, you will see that value, CIF value. Okay. So they will tell you CIF value at Mombasa. Okay. Yes. That is what they base on even a system to actually tax you. So in importation, import duty, a certain value times CIF value, altogether. Yeah, the flight stops at Mombasa. So they don't consider the transport from there up to Uganda, okay? So it is at port of entry. Now, when the goods arrived here, he needed an agent again. The other agent was for carrying at Mombasa. Now, the agent at Mombasa has to work in hand with the agent who is on ground here. Okay? The Ugandan agent helps you now to pass at Maraba or Busia when your consignment is actually coming. Now, when the goods reached here, remember I told the father, now, just add me more 20 millions. I pay for transport. Okay? I don't know whether you're thinking what I'm thinking, what was in my friend's mind. For him, it was like, as soon as the goods reach here, what's going to happen? Yes?
They'll do so about it.
You directly, no, you directly offload
Yeah.
in his
Shop.
altogether. So when the goods came, he thought now the next, he would directly offload in his shop and start doing what?
Selling.
And start selling. But he was shocked that's not the case. They told him, look here, sir, you have first to pay taxes, import duty. And that is something he had not done what? He had actually not prepared. So, now what happens at that level? The goods are warehoused, that's why in a bond, okay? They are offloaded there, then they are verified there, okay? And they are taxed, then they are given values, and then you have to go and pay taxes. It's after you pay taxes, okay, that you're able to have a release. And now, recently, there are quite a number of regulatory issues that come in. If you remember about before COVID, there were issues of quality on the Ugandan market. You remember?
Yeah, true.
Ugandans were complaining that there were so many fake items. But I think now fake items have reduced.
Yeah, even from China, they're reducing.
I don't know whether you guys have observed. Just if you remember during our times, people's extension cables will blow up every now and then, percorators. I remember us then would buy percorators of 5,000. They're on the market, 5,000, 8,000. Okay? But now those are no more. Now, what the government did through UNBS, was now to instruct it, to check at border points, goods that are actually coming in. So even now, before you say I started with that story, that was a long time ago, but now, before you even ship your goods, okay, you are required to have what you call PVOC certificate. PVOC, PVOC. In full, it means pre-export verification of conformity. Now, what does it mean? It means if I'm to bring in those laptops, okay, they are gazetted bodies. They must come and pick a sample, okay, test for compliance and certification to see that these things that I'm bringing to Uganda, meet the minimum required standards. Now, if you don't have that documentation, you pay through your nose here.
Let me ask, you get it before.
That's why it's
before
called
importing?
pre. It's pre-export. You see, I told you when you're getting things, you're exporting. Now here now in Uganda, we are an importer now.
Yeah.
Altogether, I want you to understand those terminology.
Yes.
So that PIVOC, okay? You need to obtain a certificate. Yeah. Now, those who buy from like big companies or from maybe from manufacturing companies, sometimes they can help you, because usually while preparing these certifications, they usually require a COC. Yeah.
What is a COC?
These are certificates to do with certificate of origin. Yeah. COC. Sorry. Yeah. Certificate of origin of that country. Okay. So they need to know you're bringing in this. What is the certificate of origin? Okay. What company made it? Yeah. So importation of recent, yeah, is a bit very complicated, I must say. Okay. It's not like those days. Okay. Yeah. It's a bit. There's a lot of compliance, but all those stages, there are people who help. Okay. Yeah. There are actually people who help. So that shouldn't deter you from
Starting.
eh? Yeah, because people now know the processes. Yeah, like
Yeah.
they're saying wakasawo yakola ki yalaba omusawo.
Okay.
Eh. So there are those fees that are incurred
Hope you have
on different
understood.
on different entries. Yeah, until finally you have your goods actually here altogether.
Yeah.
So when you're going to compute, that's why you find sometimes something that maybe costs $100, yeah, you find it costing about $250 in Uganda.
Yeah.
It's because of that entire process. I've done what? I have explained.
So, I know you. Let me just ask this question as you go in there. So
Yes.
I've listened. The one thing I'm getting, it's not A to B. It's not 1 + 1 = 2. It's a
Yeah.
bit complicated
Yeah,
itself as a process. Now, I'm imagining, me personally, I'm here in Mbarara, and I want to start. I want to start something small with very small capital. Now, for example, the things you have talked about, it's just the fees can go up to 30 million. you know?
Yeah, sure. If you're to bring in a whole consignment.
Yes. So, what would be the first step
Thank you.
and the smartest step I can take?
Maybe before I respond to you, we're supposed to agree on the objectives and the learning outcomes of this session. I'd wanted to mention them, but they skipped my mind.
Okay.
Say that at the end of it all, a member who has come should be able to apply the knowledge on importation and taxation. Okay? I just have
Perfect.
some slightly bits, because I will ask them at the end.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And to interpret and apply some basic tax laws. Okay? I don't know the time we allow.
So maybe you can repeat
And,
the objectives and
Yes, number 1 is to apply knowledge on taxation and importation. Number 2, to interpret and apply some basic tax laws in Uganda. Okay?
okay.
Number 3, to develop some tax planning strategies. Okay?
Okay.
Like somebody asked something and
Wanted
added
to bypass.
exactly. So I said it now, managing tax investigations and audits. So that one I can put it there. Managing tax investigations and what? And audits. And then the last one, to apply the advice on any other tax matters.
Yeah. So Andrew, forget my questions.
Yes.
Let's follow this, and probably by when we have gotten through each and everything here, I may not even need to ask any question.
Yeah.
So let's follow this and then we try to learn as a class, probably.
Okay.
You have your books and pens? Okay.
So I've taken you through a bit of like a whole consignment, how to get here. Yeah? Now, here's a very important question. How about if I'm a small importer and I have small goods? Yeah. Now, like I said, they're what we call groupage containers.
Groupage.
Groupage, yeah? Yeah,
Groupage.
yes. So now for you, they're what we call groupage consignments. Now, you find all of us here you can have maybe goods for 5 CBM, 10 CBM, then we fill up a whole container. Okay? So now there are companies, and also have one company called Day-to-Day Freight Forwarders, which actually does that.
Day-to-day?
We call it, these ones are usually called consolidated, it's called consolidated cargo. Meaning there are many people in one shipping altogether. So they are consolidated. So they're actually called consolidated what? Cargo. Okay? Now, so what they do while doing a manifest, so they're going to show these goods belong to Orina, this one's belong to Smart, the other one's belong to Beacon, this one's belong to Pius, yeah, and they're this magnitude. Okay? Now, you share the cost according to the volume of the goods that you have altogether. So now there, instead of paying as one, now the costs are shared. Now, when the goods reach here, so you pay your own taxes altogether.
Yeah.
So buyers can decide to pay first and exit. Yeah. Engineer can decide to delay. Johnson can take his own time. Yeah. Now those are called consolidated cargo. Yeah. Actually, they have their own route. Those routes I was talking about. Okay. Yes. Yeah. And then you're cleared. Yeah. So as I look here, I'm seeing very young and such gatherings, you never take anyone for granted.
Yeah.
We are here 2-3 years down the road, okay? Yeah. Maybe the person you underestimate, yeah, can be somebody very, very different. Me, I've seen this thing happen. Yeah. I've seen people change. Just never underestimate any person. For you, where you don't see an opportunity, person sees an opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay? And the world keeps on evolving. Let me tell you something funny. We used to be the leading sellers of those cameras. You ask anyone. If anyone needed the best camera, they would tell you Zoa Dubai. Okay? But I can tell you the way these things evolved, it was at a very terrifying speed. You know, before you know it, another model has come. Yeah. You stock this model until we're like, no, look,
we can't afford.
Done. Okay? Yeah. Altogether.
Yeah.
So things keep on changing. Somebody here can actually come up with an idea. You've heard of, there's something I was seeing on Instagram where they were asking, is it in 30 days, having 1 shilling multiplying, yeah?
Compounding,
yeah, 1 by 1. And then they say they're giving you something like $1 million. I don't know who saw something like that. Yeah. So somebody can be having an idea that actually keeps on compounding. Okay? Money keeps on making money. Yeah? And just 2-3 down the road, okay? Those people are by far, you actually can't catch them. Okay? So if you needed some of the things now, shipping, we've made the shipping much easier. Okay? You can always check your things online, and now most of these shippers and suppliers, okay, they know some of these regulatory requirements. So they will actually guide you. They will tell you you're going to need A, B, C, D, and some of them will ask even before they release. Even they will tell you we are taking goods up. They usually ask you for your for your warehouse to deliver. Okay, yeah. So if you have small cargo, or if you need some of the things, yeah, it's very possible. Yeah. For me, I'm familiar with in the UAE and China. Okay, yeah. But people recently, I saw consignment that was from USA. Okay, yeah. It was my very first I saw consignment in full consignment from USA. Yeah, coming to Mbarara. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Because though mostly people import from UAE and from
China.
From China. Yeah, in Uganda. Yeah, those two dominate. Yeah, Dubai is UAE.
Yeah, UAE.
Yeah. UAE is made of 7 Emirates. So UAE, Dubai is one of them. Abu Dhabi, Sharjah. Yeah. So that is all. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, can continue. So the application and the groupage, the sharing of costs. Actually, you are answering the question. If I have little money, how do I start? So that's where I want us to move. Mm.
I was wondering when you were narrating the story, that guy, the way he give money, he still have profit from the goods. Because then, for you, if you have small money and you want to report, will you get anything from it or you be losses?
And let me add on that still.
Yeah, maybe the moral of the story.
Mm.
Okay. You need to be sure of what you're going into. I think it's best, okay? It's best that you first utilize the available resources, understand your markets altogether. Recently, I traveled with somebody to China. This guy impressed me by far. It was his first time, but the man knew what he wanted. There was a time I traveled with somebody, and when we reached there, he spent all the money he had and actually had asked for more money. You call back home. Please send me more money. Okay? But recently when I traveled with this person, he knew what he wanted. I was very, very impressed. I realized I saw a person who knows what they are doing altogether. For him, it is in hardware. I remember we reached a factory outlet where they put around akanenda gura badetach enfuka hose. They brought about 20 types of hose. Yeah. And I, for one, I was actually very confused. I remember him asking, "But which one is brought to you?" They told me, every hose has a different weight. Okay. But because he has been in this business for quite a long time, yeah, to be able to tell this is what I need for my clients. Yeah. So the moral of the story is you need to first understand your market, understand what you actually want to deal in. Okay. And China is funny. Sometimes the Chinese, you ask for this, maybe like stainless steel, or like the hose, they're in different grams. Maybe the one that is weighing maybe 1 kg, yeah, they will give you 0.7 altogether. Yes, and when the goods are already reached here, you can't ship them back. Okay, we've had those cases also happen. So I would advise that you first understand the market using the available resources. Okay, abanyakoma kweta okusinziira. Okay, so kugira ngu ofunaho olasinziire. Yeah, that's what I would advise.
Maybe just, I know time is taking us and we have all these objectives, but if there's one thing to ask, what do you think is that starting amount a person can deal with and say, no, I'm going into importation, just to be a little bit more practical? How much money?
What business?
I want to bring electronics.
Now we talk of electronics. Electronics is a bit very wide. We have kitchen electronics.
Phone accessories. Let's start from there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
there
by the way, yeah. I usually see people who bring in phone accessories. They're usually like 2 to 3 CBM. Okay. Yeah. You see, for me now in my field,
Cubic
what I deal
meters, guys.
Yeah, yeah, oh yes, sorry, yeah. Yeah, two CBM, those are can be like about 10 boxes, even 1 CBM, because these are many items there. Yeah, but now in the field I deal in I deal in mostly in furniture, and then general goods. I deal in kitchenware, yeah, and household electronics, and our things are usually very bulky. So in my field, it's very hard to bring small things, So you find they have to be quite many, yeah. But for accessories, yes, even we have people we bring 4, okay, 5 boxes, okay. So what they usually do, they come with some of the boxes on the plane. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Even people who deal in textiles, clothes, yeah, yeah. These ones have boutiques. They don't usually buy so many.
They just
They
carry.
actually just be few. Yeah, they come, some of them with on plane, then some you find about 2 to 3 or 4 CBM of goods. Yeah.
If you come with goods on the phone, do you pay tax or you have brought it there?
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a
'cause-
very good one. Now,
So for people who
it
are
depends on your
listening,
luck. Yeah.
just to say his question so that people can hear it. For people who come with goods on the plane, do they still pay taxes and how do they navigate it? That's what he's trying to answer.
Yes, yes. Now, you see, when you land like this, yeah, there's a customs officer at Entebbe.
Yes.
I can assure you most of the time, yeah, it depends on your luck. So sometimes you be there, the scanner, of course they keep on checking, yeah. Some are returning people, residents, yeah, and some are going to do business. So if you're lucky, you pass. But usually when you have very many
Things when they are
many
very
things,
bulky.
yeah, they usually say, let's see what you have. And of course, when they open, they really see these are tradable goods, yeah. And then they will change them. They ask you to pay some tax. So what people usually do, they mix them up with things to show as if they are personal things, while returning, yeah. Even now, if you have 2 laptops, of course they will detect when you pass your thing through the. I remember actually somebody had sent me for a laptop, and now I also had my own laptop. Now, but luckily, they asked me. I told them all these 2 are my laptops. The officer, so someone luckily had opened that laptop before shipping it in, just to use it. I'd used it
A bit.
and yes, and I'd left a document there on the desktop. So I told them it is mine. I'm like, actually, so he asked a simple question. Yeah, open and see whether they have any document there. Yeah, and actually opened.
You survived.
Yeah, he saw the document. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, don't you see? Then he's like, okay, fine. My best man, one time was returning from UK, Dr. Henry. He had bought a new phone, these iPhones. So he had 2 phones. Yeah, he was charged some tax. So it depends on your luck. Yeah, sometimes you pass, sometimes they.
But I think they also look at how you look, because I've passed there with more than 1 phone, but probably they looked at me and said, there is no way this guy is.
Yeah, sometimes exactly what you said. Yeah, yes. Now, actually, when they asked for him, he's like, no, somebody. He's like, yes, I have 2 phones. This is my new one. They said, okay, fine. So the phone is coming to Uganda. You have to pay for it. What? Tax. Cause it was above. When you have an item above $500, because you also don't need. You also below $500. You don't need those certificates. PIVOC, for instance. Okay. Yes, they can come in. Yeah.
For ITEL phones.
Do I need to first travel to China, like to make sure I handpick those products
Thank you.
and pack them?
That's a very, very good question.
I think we are open for questions now.
Yeah, yeah. Now, what some people do, they identify suppliers, okay? Like in China, you may not need to travel quite oftenly, okay? You identify suppliers or your supplier, okay? And so they can always send, okay? Yeah, and nowadays WhatsApp has is things. Okay, yeah, they even they even you've seen people post, especially those who have boutiques, eh? Yeah, some really good pictures, eh? Yeah, they are shared from their suppliers most of the time, and they will go and tell you, we have this dress, we have this color, we have this color. Have you seen them? Yeah, yeah. So this social media has actually helped by far very much. Okay, so you might not need even to travel if you identify a good supplier. Okay, yeah.
I identify a supplier of USB, identify
Like, do you identify a supply of USBs, that of screen guards, that of
Yeah.
n-
Like I know somebody, um, different suppliers, the many manufacturers. Okay, like for instance, when you go to, there's a market called Yiwu Market. Yiwu, yeah. It's very big, yeah. It's very big. Now you would find like people who are making like these pots, eh? Yeah, hundreds of them. Okay, but people who interest me are people who are in fashion. Yeah, yeah. So sometimes when you have a very good fashion, when there's a new one on, you even see them sometimes hiding, trying to copy. Yeah, Chinese copy very much. Yeah, if you come up with a newer model, I can tell you, I can assure you within 2-3 days, you will see many duplicates on the market. Yeah, so for them, that's how they actually operate. So that's why it's important to identify a supplier. Okay, yeah, identify a supplier, then we work with that supplier. Yeah. Nowadays, there's little faking on the internet. Yeah, yes, it's a bit now very genuine.
So mine is about like where do you place like the Alibabas, the Shades? Can one or like order through that?
Yeah, sure.
Uh,
Yeah.
Like
Now,
what could be the difference with someone who has gone there? Like what is about it?
now,
Good question.
now, Alibaba or Amazon. Uh, for them, they like you could be big engineering services, and you're offering the power guns, okay, for spraying. So you register your business on Alibaba or on Amazon, okay. So when Eden comes to press an order on the Amazon portal, okay. Now Alibaba now will notify you that this person has paid, and I'll prepare, and Alibaba gives you so either depending on the arrangement you have with Alibaba, either to deliver to their warehouses, or you deliver to directly to where the client needs it. That's exactly. So Alibaba that's exactly. It's like Jumia.
So it's a
Yeah.
bit more
That's why
expensive than if you go
when-
yourself.
Now you see the beauty. I use like Jumia. The beauty from the beauty comes from their strength and maybe their bargaining power, and maybe these companies can use their platforms, yeah, to advertise and maybe offer more discounts. If Hisense, yeah, wants to, like Hisense has suppliers, I would say agents, but sometimes these agents also dictate, because they say they buy from you. Now you're not going to say, maybe Hisense, for instance, if a TV was 1 million, yeah, and agents are supposed to sell 1 million, there are those times where Hisense might want to sell maybe at 900, okay, but now what happens to the agents? So now they use like these platforms, to go to those people who buy. Now, buying online is being looked at as another platform than moving into the shop, yeah. So there are those people who not buy online, yeah. There are like two gateways, okay. Some people are comfortable buying online, okay. Even in Kampala, there are people who are comfortable buying their food through Grovo or through those Cafe Javas apps, etc. Okay, but there's a person who would say, I have actually to drive through KFC to get my own order. Okay, so it's a platform, yeah. Yes, it's a platform, and it gives you many choices. And it is easier when you type in, maybe you need ABCD. So they have very powerful search engines in that collectively you will have the information. And it is actually safer. Okay? Yeah, so they make it safe. In that if the client doesn't deliver, the supplier, okay, when they refer, then they will do that person. Maybe they will deactivate him. Yes, yeah. But usually they will ask you for delivery address. Yes, yeah. I want to welcome Madam Dorothy for joining us. Yes, I also should come. Thank you for joining the Young Entrepreneurs.
Thank you.
Yeah, Taron, you give her a chance to also introduce herself.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
You can repeat the introduction for us.
I'm called Dorothy Tuwanje. I'm the owner of Vero Technical Vero Plumbing. I deal in toilets, tiles, and all that. I'm happy to be here, Andrew. I'm sorry I'm late and I would have many questions, but we shall add on.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
So, yeah, you have a question? You have a question? Hello. But I hope you guys we are learning. I think this is this has been one of the most informative sessions you have had for the 11 sessions.
Yes, I have 3 questions. If
Only ask one. Because of number and because of time.
they are short.
Okay, fine. Let him.
They are short. The first one is this guy had asked, but you didn't clarify it. Like, as a person who is new into the business, a young entrepreneur, what amount do you think can
It varies on the business. Like I said, yes, it varies on the business.
the business? Okay, then another one. Comparing air transport, because there are some packages that come by air, small packages.
Yes.
It seems to the explanation you have given, it looks like the taxation by sea is so much compared to that of air. Because I have a friend who does by air, but he hasn't told me about all that money like you are telling me about. It looks like when the package is small and it comes by air, it is cheaper. I want you to break down and compare the two. Then another one is about trusting a supplier who is abroad other than going there. And then you handle all other documentation and expect to receive goods. Is it authentic or you can get some losses along the way?
Yeah, thank you. You must have found that one very fast here. Now, air, they charge $6 mostly, yeah, per kg. $6 per kg. Okay. That is from Dubai, for instance. From China, depending on the city, it's between $6 to $10. Yeah, I think also Turkey is about $8 per kg. Okay, so now that's why people who deal in like the gowns, you can either get a break because the gown is bulky but it's light. Okay, yeah, you can easily, yeah, but there are things you cannot bring by. Now imagine if, for instance, one box of sugar, for instance, box of sugar is 20 kg. Yeah, now how much money would be paying? That becomes very expensive.
Yeah.
You get, yeah. So
yeah,
air,
fast sugar via air.
maybe now it actually brings me to and this is something actually I was invited. We're going to roundtable it and share it. You'd find most do you have anyone who is dealing in horticulture?
Yeah.
Business?
I know a friend.
Oh, okay. So now you find like these fruits, these flowers, okay, because they're perishable, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they dominate the air,
Yeah.
the air space, the air transport. Yeah. And because of that, those logistics, they make them more expensive. Okay. If you realize, that's why sometimes they are oranges, sometimes they are not there. Apples, there's no reliable supply. Okay. So why? It's because of the logistics, eh? Because most of the things are, yeah. So sometimes also they have to bargain with airlines. Yeah. Sometimes you find airlines, people on board are full. Yeah. And that's how you have to declare. Okay. If the plane is full, they don't have a lot of space. It's a bargain. Yeah. Now, what if a plane is making a return journey and has fuel? Yeah, so they discount altogether. Yeah, but when the plane is actually full and people have their so they take less load altogether. Yeah, now there the prices, you find the prices actually very high. Okay, yes. Trusting the supplier. Yeah, as he said, for starters, yeah. Now like Alibaba, yeah, yeah, yeah. It is actually safe. Yeah, Amazon, okay. They are safe sites. Okay, we have tech guys here. There's a way they can tell that this is the
Gigi. What about Gigi?
Tried to buy a computer on Amazon.
oh they fund, yeah, like of course Amazon. Now these are known now. Now about the money. Now you see, let us first talk about the air ticket. Okay. Now I doubt you would invest in about $1,500. Okay, maybe to go to China. Dubai is very near, between $400-$600, return ticket. Okay, so I imagine you possibly have more than this, 4 times 2, what you're going to spend, right? Yes, yeah. So yeah, but still, I would insist and advise. Whenever you have a chance, okay, you seeing, but you're also investing in yourself. Okay, for me, there's no loss. Yeah, there's no loss that you'd have made even if you traveled and then you did market survey. Yeah, yes. So
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Andrew. I would want to pivot the conversation because you have drilled so much on importation. And if I look at the people here, even inclusive of myself, we are not importing, we are in Uganda. So I would love him to open the discussion to the taxes we are supposed to pay here in Uganda.
Oh, thank you.
Businesses.
Yeah, thank you.
So maybe before you do that, please, only 30 seconds only, and let me close importation. She was telling us to pivot to taxation. You know, it's a 2-in-1, importation and taxation. Yeah, so this is the last.
Thank you, Mr. Andrew. Actually, that was my very question that I wanted to ask, because the thing was always about things coming, but no. But another thing I can ask is about. I've heard of these logistics companies that always say you charged $11 per kilo, then on that 11, then tax is included. Is it true? Then another thing you talked about these government properties exempted on tax. I've had a guy who told me that he tried to buy a motorcycle that was on lease. Then when he went there to change the number plate, they charged him the tax that motorcycle was supposed to pay. Is it true or it is false?
Good question. You answer that, please.
For me, I don't know if I am deviating, but what if I am here and I want to take goods outside?
Exporting.
Yeah, exporting.
Okay, that's also a good question.
And you should look.
He's going to answer everything at once.
Actually, Mr. Andrew, I also wanted to some more clarity on how taxation is handled when it comes to air. Recently, I imported a part. I imported something from China, but airlifted it, and it was about worth 5 million. It was a part for some medical equipment, but I only paid 160, which was what was charged per kilogram. Yeah, per kilogram. So that included, they say it includes taxes, but did they really take a look at what the value of the thing that was being carried? So I want to know that thing about air, so that I don't take it for granted and one day I'm slapped with very heavy taxes.
Yes.
Good one, witness. Is the last one. Then we shall move a bit and then.
Thank you so much. My question is, if you buy something, let's say from China, and you ship using FedEx, after paying the shipping fee,
yes,
does it reach Mbarara here, or you'll find the thing in the FedEx warehouse. Then the other one is what percentage of the the price you used to buy is taxed in Uganda. Like if I buy something at 100K,
Yes.
what percentage should I add on for taxes?
Of taxes.
Okay, so as Andrew answers it, who has come in a Benz and you have left your lights on? Someone has told me you have left your lights on. Thank you.
Now, I'm going to start with somebody said they say $11 or $10 inclusive of what? Inclusive of taxes. Yeah. Now I will say that was a marketing terminology, and for me, I've already disputed these guys. Okay, sometimes you pass the way I said. Sometimes you don't do what? They catch you, because how do you guarantee? Because the system is clear. Okay, these are goods coming in. Okay, they are subjected to import duty. Okay, now you know that time. There are periods. I remember that time when they say $6 per kg and the goods come. When the things reach Entebbe, these guys maybe would bribe some officers, or they will have an arrangement with an officer, and then the goods are let out. So for them, they have computed their calculation based on this. Or sometimes, if it is a routine product altogether,
Yeah.
now already they know the tax that's going to be charged. Okay, so they will tell you a fee with the tax inclusive altogether. Yes, truly FMB. If the same thing that has always been sent, okay, now they already know, for instance, this item, yeah, will pay import duty maybe of $5. Okay, so when they are charging you, they will say, now this will be $15 inclusive of what? Inclusive of tax. That's similar to when FedEx or when DHL, if anyone has ever used those service providers, sometimes, especially when the documents, we usually see them, our documents, our items for Lions Club being held. They will send you a message that your items have already reached Uganda, but they are held in customs. Okay, so until they are cleared, okay, then they can actually reach you. Okay, yeah. So it all depends on the declaration that has been made. Any goods coming, there must be a declaration. Actually, it's called a declaration. Yeah? You declare, yeah, that this is what I'm having, and the officer acting decides to makes a decision on how to charge it. Now, he was talking about the motorcycle. Are you sure that motorcycle did not have a red number plate? Because I have an experience of a red number plate motorcycle.
And what is the difference? The red, yellow, blue.
Now, I'm going to just give you the knowledge, because I'm not a taxman. I'm a businessman. Yeah?
Yes.
Those red number plates, what they literally mean, they do not pay import duty. Okay, maybe they are for returnees. Okay, so all they usually, you find a company is exempted. One time, I'm a board member of Kamekame Circles in Sinjiro. We purchased a motorcycle from UNHCR. These ones that they advertise. Our thinking was, we shall just get the motorcycle and then just take it where? And just take it to the circle. When we got after we went through the auction, we actually realized that the motorcycle did not have what? A number plate. Now, what they do, they pluck it off. But they will tell you, they'll give you all the right documentation. Now, to clear, so that it is converted from the red number plate to the normal number plate. Now, at that time, depending on how many years that motorcycle has been in use, it's depreciated,
Okay.
and what remains of that value, yeah, is what you pay tax for, and then you're given it a number plate. Yeah, I don't know whether you've understood it.
Yeah.
So, when you ever hear some of these auctions for companies or for entities, recently also there was other vehicles that I got from Park. They were Chikagati Hydropower. They were red. They were in red. Now, what means? And that takes me to a question somebody asked about the tax. Yeah, you see, we have what we call customs and domestic taxes. So we're talking about customs, So I will finish that one going to domestic,
Yes.
where she falls.
Yes, yes.
They had number plates. So to reduce the costs, because they have an exemption, okay, especially if they are doing government projects, okay. Now, because still it will be government to pay, so they give them an exemption. Yeah. Now, instead for them, they will remove import duty, they will remove VAT. They only actually pay a small fee, yeah, for the number plates. For instance, like a car that maybe they'll find they would pay tax of maybe 50 millions, you only find they've paid only like 3 millions or 2 millions, and then it is cleared. But you have a red number plate. Even red number plate, you find them on cars if it is specifically, yeah. You've seen these frozen cars with the freezers, those are that transport frozen foods, yeah. Now, they usually have a red number plate.
Microorganisms.
And you know why? It simply means this has been exempted, yeah, from other taxes because it is only meant for one particular use. Now, you've declared that I'm going to be using this car to take frozen meats, okay? All eggs only. Now, let them find you when you have other things in there. I don't know whether you've found. That's why you hear them. That's why you see those roadblocks. If you meant you are a roadblocks on the gates, those are some of the things actually checking out for. Okay, because you said this, and they'll give you a special plate. Yeah, because it's intended for a different purpose. Okay. Also, if you're a returning resident, usually, because if I've been driving my car, why should I again pay the tax for it? Because it's my car. You get it? Yeah. But now the question comes now, transferring ownership. Now there they will say, okay, now it is no longer yours. The purpose has changed. Yeah. You have to pay the what? So you pay the tax. So that's how it comes in. Yeah. Exporting. You remember in A level, for those of you who did economics, yeah. You remember something like import substitution?
Yeah.
So what is import substitution?
Can I?
Yes.
Yeah. So import substitution is so the things which have been my understanding, the things, for example, if you have been, I think my economics has gone.
Yeah, it is simple. You're substituting importation. Yeah.
Yes, you're substituting importation. Come on.
Instead of importing soap or water, yeah. I remember the time we used to bring in water, Emirates water. Can you imagine?
We used to import water.
Yeah, as for us, we used to have Emirates water in our supermarkets. We used to have Emirates water.
And people used to buy it.
We never had any good stock. Yeah, you see, that's up. By the way, let me tell you, funny enough, that assumption here that whatever is imported is better. Okay, yes. But of recent, I think the quality of our products on the market has greatly improved. Yeah. So, you've heard of Buy Uganda, Build Uganda.
Boo-boo.
Okay, Boo-boo. Okay. Even if you look at the furniture, like for us, even the tonnage of furniture we were importing, we also reduced. Okay. So now people now prefer customization. Okay. Yeah. So so when he talks of export is the way to go, because you earn foreign exchange, and our exports, when you're exporting in Uganda, you actually don't pay tax.
To take out some.
Yeah, you don't. Okay.
I-
Even the VAT. If I'm selling these laptops, if I have a computer shop, okay, and now I'm selling electronics blenders. If I'm selling a company in Kigali, if I'm sell to you, the law says I will charge you VAT, value added tax. But if I'm saying for export, yeah, I don't charge 18%. Okay, because I'm attracting government foreign exchange.
So now, Andrew,
Okay.
I'm looking at this because it would seem so easy, but for some reason, people are not in export. Yet people produce. For example, me where I come from, we grow coffee. At least on that scale, you know, people grow coffee, people have eggs, but to be in that line whereby yes, when you are not just even being chief exporter, but someone told me that for you to export out of Uganda, for example, bananas, the yellow bananas, leave alone the taxes. No one may care about the taxes, but you just can't because of a certain mafia system. I think I don't know.
I get you. I get you. And guys, what do you think? Actually, that's the next discussion I'm going in next week. Yeah. Why is it like that? What do you think? And now let me also hear from you because I'm basically going for this. Okay.
I'm the
Why-
first
why,
mafia.
why are those bottlenecks, for instance? What do you think causes that?
Okay. Anyone who has anything else apart from mafia, because me, I think it's mafias. I don't know how to define. Okay. Knowledge gap.
Yeah, for me, I thought maybe the problem is on identifying buyers from outside.
Market.
Because, yeah, market outside of whatever good you want to export.
So you're talking of now that I need to have a different page because now you're giving me information. So you're talking about that is called market information, and identification.
To me, I would like to differ from his
Yes.
point of view.
Yes.
I think market is not the biggest challenge because if you look at most of the exports Uganda does is we have coffee, we have gold, which comes in. I think gold comes in second or first as the best
Yeah,
exports.
gold is fast, yeah.
And recently there are so many studies that have been showing that the challenges with exports from Uganda is the traceability. Like for example, how do I track gold from the miners until someone receives it? Let's say from let's say Spain. So the traceability or
Regulatory.
yeah, like how do I trace the product? Like or how do I trace coffee from the farmer to know that this is the quality coffee? So the
What-
traceability
what he's saying is true.
and trust between the sellers and the buyers who are the in outside there. And also if you look at other products like local products, because we have a very big market of Ugandans who live abroad, agricultural products like food, beans, avocados, these are products that we export on daily. But then the challenge is on trust.
On trust or on quality?
No, trust. Because if you are to look at avocado that we export by Hass, I think Hass avocado, yeah, the quality of the avocado is best actually. If you look at the potatoes we export on the market, Uganda has one of the best potatoes that we export. But then the trust that, for example, if I hire someone from Jostex, that he will definitely deliver the exact product that I want. That is the biggest challenge.
The trust.
The trust of the middleman.
For me, I would want to say that most of these products we know that are being exported mainly is government. Are there any individuals you know?
Is
Yeah,
Hass
I think
avocado a government entity?
if
No.
you dig down there,
You already said you are mafia.
But more to what you intend to trigger, I also think it's more of a quality thing. Because for you to export, for instance, in Uganda we export coffee, but we also know that Brazil is the biggest producer of coffee on the world scale. So for you to get the market for the Ugandan coffee, then it has to be in the best grade.
Okay, let's
And
talk
for you
about
to be
avocado.
able to
First,
gather and get
avocado.
the best
We
grade,
talked of avocado
Yeah.
grapes. I was told in Nyakayojo, you told Nyakayojo they are grapes. Yeah. How can they be exported? What would you want to export, for instance? Thank you. He wants to, you see, and this is actually the topic about horticulture. If he wants to export, for instance, peanuts, yeah, why wouldn't you have markets? Actually, why I first asked the other question, I wanted to understand. You realize if you leave Uganda, okay, you may never find some of these foods back until you come back.
Even African food.
Just crossing here to Kenya, finding goat's meat may be very hard. Yeah, so finding the beans, even so, things actually change. Now, don't you think there would be anti-Ugandan?
So Andrew, I just wanted to give you, now apart from the mafias, now this is more logical.
Yeah.
I had a friend who told me that, you see, Victor, the issue is that when, for example, you get somebody you are supplying to a company, let us say tomatoes, they are making tomato sauce, probably somewhere in the UK or anywhere. Those people want consistent supply of the tomatoes. They expect that if you say you are going to be putting out things each and every week, they expect you to do that. Unfortunately, here in Uganda, people rely on seasons. You know, now you find that a person cannot be able to produce at a constant rate, and mechanization of our things have not actually taken on. So you find that is also another big issue, which I think can also be a problem as to why companies decide to say, okay, no, we're not going to get things from Uganda.
So since we identified those, so what would be the solution to our to the outgrowers? Okay, what would be the solution? What do you think would be the ideal solution? Yeah, because you see, the small scale outgrowers, okay, they are the engine of our food production. If you even here at the cafe, if you had to see where these fruits, yeah, they brought them from the small from here in the market, Koranoria, etc. Yeah, where you guys buy food from, okay? Yeah, you see, these are the small farmers. So you see, these are food production, okay? Yeah. So, but what can be done possibly to increase their markets or their earnings? Yes. So then we close this one. Yes.
Thank you so much. I also have another angle of how I'm going to look at it.
Yes.
I'm going to look at it in the form of market perception about, let's say, how other countries see Uganda itself. In comparison, for example, if I'm to import a given product to America, the way they view themselves vis-a-vis the way they see Uganda can also somehow influence how we import or how we export our products to other countries.
So maybe just to add on that, you know, for example, a person who's working in new technology here in Uganda, you know, somebody's working on high tech, they are coming up with new things. For some countries, they may not believe that there is actually a company which can be able to produce quality, and it is based in Uganda. So I think that's what you're trying to say. Okay,
Really?
guys, I'm seeing...
Not
okay,
really,
we are
because...
going not really?
Because as long as you get the certifications, okay, yeah. Recently, before you mentioned, there's this scenario where we're having a Zoom meeting about the same kind of issue with one of the regulator. And this time the regulator was the customs officer. He was narrating his own scenario. He said, I worked at Busia border, and this is what happened. Somebody came and he wanted to cross a cow. Yeah? You know, you don't just cross lives, yeah? You need a permit, and you know where they get the permits from? The office is in Entebbe. You hear? A person wants to cross over to. Now he would say, would you expect a person to move up to Entebbe to get clearance and then come and cross? And you know what they would say? They would say, let's be grazing the cow. And then after 2 hours, they would look for the cow and say, no, when the cow is ready. Yeah. So sometimes non-compliance, yeah, yeah. It's not that somebody wants to not comply, yeah, yeah. But there's a lot of bureaucracies, okay, and that same thing happens. So that's talking about export, yeah. There are quite a number of bureaucracies. If you're to export to EU, somebody talked about they want to trace the origin. Yeah. There's the certificate. Now you have to be registered with some group. Now, actually, it is true. They need to trace the origin of that coffee. Yeah. Now, all those bottlenecks are very hectic. But we need to agree, members, that largely the issue is about quality versus quantity. Okay? I don't know if someone knows about the macadamia. Okay? You know it? Yeah, it's it's like a nut, something like that. So they came wanting it, and it is according to our climate, it can easily actually grow. Yeah. Yes, but the people who wanted it in Japan, they said, "Can you supply 2 containers per month?" So you find we don't have that capacity. Okay? Yeah. So if you're to think of exporting, okay, you need quantity and quality. And now what usually happens, I think there are practices. People go to plant. The first harvest is actually good, okay, but the second harvest is bad. And you know why? Because people don't add fertilizer. So you find, so I think it's something we need to address, standardizing some of these, of this, stabilizing quality, okay, which is actually the biggest the biggest problem, yeah.
And quantity, because the same guy told me that, you see, the market of 5 boxes of tomatoes is not there, but of 1,000,
it's there.
That one is there.
You see, we show exactly. And we're talking about the challenges. Yeah, allow me to share this one. It interested me. Maybe somebody in the ministry can take it. Or some of you guys are going to be in office the next time. And this person is Korean, the one we were discussing with earlier today. We're talking about the same topic here, of export, especially horticulture, some of these items, and the challenges that they actually are facing, And he said the biggest problem, my friend, are humps. Humps, yeah, exactly. Actually, I hadn't thought about it, yeah. When actually mentioned it, boom, it came straight into my face. Altogether, you come think about it, If you're transporting grapes, every time you eat the tomatoes, the avocados, can they reach? No. This one deals in eggs, Yeah, exactly, yeah. So he said me that's very hard, and actually, the man had a point.
Yeah, a very big one.
Yeah, and that was a very valid point. Like even when you reach on the humps, you see when you reach on the hump, you have to stop, and then after you have to accelerate. And that they're consuming more fuel, altogether. So let's go back to our core topic. But thank you for sharing that.
Thank you, guys. You are very amazing. And for those who have not talked, please, yeah.
So that one we are done. Now we are moving from customs now going to domestic.
Yes.
Okay. Disclaimer: I'm not tax consultant. I'm not. I don't work with URA.
You're a businessman.
Yeah, I'm only sharing what actually you know. Okay, these tax laws keep on changing. Yeah, the extent that even sometimes our leaders even don't know what is happening. I will tell you this. Just that there's a camera. But Sarah,
We
won't
can-
mention, I
can
won't, I won't,
remove
I know I won't mention the minister's name, yeah?
Okay,
But I
okay.
will narrate the story.
Okay.
Now at my supermarket, as there's a system, we are on IFRIS. Eh? IFRIS is the VAT system. Eh? IFRIS means electronic physical invoicing receipting system. Eh? In that everything that I sell, the government gets a copy and gets to know. Altogether. So at the end of the month, already the government knows how much I have to pay in terms of VAT. Okay? Yeah. Now, one day, certain minister came and purchased some items. Eh? And when we reached at the till, I remember the goods were around about 1.4. Okay. Now, when we printed, it had a tax breakdown there. Yeah, and I think about 1.4. You find when you has paid about tax of about 200 and something. Eh? I don't remember. Yeah. The minister said, "Me, I do not pay tax."
He said he doesn't pay tax.
remove that.
200K.
Yes, and give me back my money. So like, but minister, you're the same people who passed these laws. Yeah? Like, no, we passed them for you, not for us.
Okay.
And I was like, I wish we had a camera and actually record him. Yeah. For me, that was very embarrassing to our nation, even to himself. Okay. So it's usually very quite unfortunate. Eh? Yeah. And these things actually happen. Yeah. Sometimes you actually blame URA, but URA is just an implementer. Okay. They are given instructions. Go and do A, B, C, D. Yeah. These things originate from our parliaments. You remember, they are our legislating. Okay. All together.
Yeah.
So if any of you, or if you have a relative who is in the parliament, okay, yeah, you need to always advise them. Okay. Yeah. There's need to always do due diligence. Okay. One day, somebody said, we're fighting some tax, wanting it to be removed. And somebody said, but people even can buy 2,000, this water, 2,000 in your supermarkets. I then realized how people are insensitive about affordability of our people.
Uganda always talks about these things.
Okay? If someone says, because for him he can afford paying 2,000 in the supermarket. So I was like, are you sure if I raise this water from 1,000, the normal market price, and people will buy it? It's like, why not? Me, I will come and buy it. Are you seeing that thinking?
Yes, yes.
Now, when we come to now domestic taxes, I will just be brief because it's wide. But for starters, nowadays if you have you those of you I was seeing something services, are your businesses registered meanwhile? So we need to talk about you need to invite somebody from URSBS.
True.
Usually here, this one I'm doing ABCD, yeah. Are your businesses registered?
They're asking you, are your businesses registered? Yes. Okay.
Not with council, with the URSB. Do you have certificate of registration from URSBS? Okay. Then another person will ask you, why should I register? What are the benefits of registering versus unregistering? Yeah.
If I register, I'm paying. There's always that thing. If I register, I'll start paying tax. So I won't register such that I don't pay tax.
Exactly. So it all depends on what level, yeah, what level you want to play your game on. Like for instance, you're not going to come and trade with day to day, yeah, unless we possibly have a TIN number, because by default we'll have to withhold 6% from you. Okay, so if you don't have a TIN number, we can't trade with you, yeah. and my sister here one time came with the product, and also if there are taxable items, okay, we need an IFRS invoice, okay, because it's taxable what? Taxable item. Because for me at selling there, the system is going to knock off, it's going to ask off 18%. Yeah, the tax man will need that money. Yeah, so if I've not done due diligence from behind, then I'm going to pay more. Okay, but why should you have your business registered? When you have your business registered, there at URSBS until it takes 1 or 2, 3. Yeah, but if you're going to register now, they will ask you for your TIN number. All together?
TIN number.
Yeah, they'll ask you for your TIN number if you're going to register for a business. Previously, they would go and register, but now so you see, you have either way to register. Yeah. Now, if you want maybe to ask business by university, okay, by university is not going to pay better witness. Yeah, they were going to pay. Is cynical what? Botoran. What am I saying? Biomedical.
Biomedical.
Sick biomedical. If you want to provide biomedical services. Altogether. Yeah. Now, when they write for you that check, and you go to the bank is not going to register that one unless you're registered with URSBS. You see how these things are connected. Yeah. Do not register if you know you can do your business low key, and then you have the numbers. Yeah. But the moment you want to raise your head, these things catch you up. That I'll be honest. Okay?
So basically, you are saying if you want to stay in the low game,
if you want to stay in the low game,
underdogs.
If you can play, of course there are the people. There are people. He will tell you maybe they're doing in produce. For him, he's not going to supply his school. But Johnson supplies the school. Yeah. So Johnson will know I'm going to get from this person. Yeah. Pius deals in produce, okay, at large scale. He has nothing. He does his things there and there. Yeah. We've seen those things. Those people. Okay? Yeah. For him, he will not go and supply his school. No, he will not. But somebody will on their behalf. Yeah. So it all depends on where do you want actually to fall. But now, for you people who have gone to school,
yes,
it becomes a bit hard, chikusumbua, chikusumbua, and then before you know it, you find yourself in the standard, But also, when you register, now it means that can be a first step towards what? Towards complying. So better you register your business if you're hoping for business to grow, okay? And you see, in Uganda, you can easily, after register with SBS, if it's a small business, and you people can do it, there's what you call annual returns. You register as a presumptive taxpayer.
Presumptive taxpayer.
Presumptive taxpayer. You only make one return in a year, and that is all. You declare by your gross turnover.
So do you know what gross turnover is? Because so the language you are using, the assumption is that we all understand. Okay. However, I don't think so.
Gross, the way you hear the word, have you ever, the total, If you ever go to apply for a job, if you ever hear them say, our gross is this, don't be excited for the gross. Be keen on the net.
Gross salary.
Say gross salary is 2 million. But before you know it, the net can be around 1.1. 1.1 has already computed it. So are we together what you're talking about? Yes. So when be keen, when they say gross, you may see the figure is too high, but actually when the net is actually what? The net is down. So that's the same thing. So gross, if you're selling daily, your sales, net would mean you've removed the expenses, you've removed what? Okay? But gross, people come in, what's your gross? Actually, I was helping somebody. I remember I put just a gross of 50 million sales in a year. I saw the system computed in a municipality 200,000. Okay.
I've not understood that.
The system, I don't remember the calculation very well, but the system auto computes.
And it gave 200,000.
Yes, like a declaration of sales of 50 millions, yeah, in a municipality, and now even if you're in a town council, even if it goes lower, yeah, okay, it gave up 200,000.
Okay.
Yeah? And then you pay it once. So even if maybe 30 millions can even give, if your sales are below 10 millions, yeah, you don't pay any tax. In Uganda, as I was telling you, one of our objectives is to develop tax planning strategies and also manage tax investigations.
Sure.
If you came and you're supplying day to day, and I'm withholding 6%, or you're supplying by University of Science and Technology, yeah? Now we are talking about, this is called withholding tax. The tax I'm going to talk about is called withholding tax.
Yeah, he has talked about EFRIS.
EFRIS is VAT. EFRIS is not a tax. It is VAT is the tax.
VAT, okay.
And the VAT is in three forms. It has three rates. There's standard. You have people who did economics here. Like this water is standard rated. There's exempt. Now, exemption are like her eggs. If she'll surprise me, her eggs are exempt. Meat, fresh vegetable, all those are exempted.
Of VAT.
They're exempted of VAT.
Okay.
Okay. And now there are those items that are zero rated. VAT, but zero rated. Those ones are very few.
Like what?
Those that I know, scholastic materials meant for schools, for children goers.
That is very specific.
Yes, not for office.
Okay.
If it's for office, it attracts standard, full amount 18% altogether. And then they say are they cereals grown in Uganda, yeah? Yeah. You see, the way I told you, all these things is about how the people, unions join up. Now, the people of cereals, they teamed up and they went and told
Parliament.
Yes, yeah, negotiated. They said no, but these are cereals. You see, VAT means value added
Tax.
There's really no value you're adding here.
Yes.
So, how is it different? Naye siroburo harubengo. What's the difference? There's no difference. So, and also if you put VAT, most of these cereals, these are our staple foods. So what do you want us people to eat? Yeah. So they want cereals grown in Uganda, zero rated. So when Numa is invoicing me, their gross is normally equivalent to the net. Altogether, yes, because they are zero rated. Yeah.
Okay, withholding tax.
Now,
Standard, exempt, and zero rated.
Yes, usually they exempt fresh fruits, fresh vegetables,
fresh eggs.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
where. Yeah, you remember also the campaign, Women Emancipation, when they were fighting for their products also. I don't remember whether they are exempt or standard rated, but they are, whether they are zero rated, but they are not standard rated. Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure whether they are exempt.
Which one, the eggs?
No.
Yeah. Women.
Yeah, the pads, etc.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I don't. They could be exempt or zero rated. I'm not very sure. Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's the pressure you put you as a group.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. That forces government to actually take action. Yeah.
Withholding tax. We need to go back to where.
So now managing tax investigation.
Yes.
How does tax investigation come into play or an audit? There's something that triggers it. Okay. if you're supplying by University of Science and Technology, by University of Science and Technology is gazetted as a withholding tax agent. Okay? So what it means, if you supply it, it will retain 6%. That is withholding tax. And now, for you, that 6% in real essence, if you're a presumptive taxpayer, for you, that is your final tax altogether.
Okay.
But now for me, for a company, if my investor withholds 6%, that becomes our credit on our tax account, because we claim it at the end of the year. If the period of the year I've been withheld maybe 20 millions, and maybe when after filing my income tax return for the year, I'm supposed to pay 100 millions, so already 20 millions will be less altogether.
Okay, me I'm lost personally. I don't know if I'm speaking only my behalf. Probably you can slowly. If must is the withholding tax agent, understood?
Yes.
And so if you supply it, it retains 6%.
If you give them actually goods or services, by the way, we are talking about is on goods. I think this one is in services. Yeah. Services are not left behind. Services. Yeah. Goods and services. In a given financial year or calendar year that exceed 1 million, they will deduct 6%. Okay. Now, when you deduct 6%, that entity, by 15th of the following month, they make what you call a withholding tax return. Okay? Now, that return shows I've withheld from Emily, I withheld from Pius, I withheld from Johnson, this amount, this amount, this amount, this amount, altogether. But now, for people dealing in agricultural products, now again, the way I told you, through their ministry, they said, for us, if people are supplying food, please do not
withhold tax.
Their money.
Yes.
So I think you see how our legislation plays a big part in taxation.
A lot.
Okay. So I really need to understand the role of the MPs. That is actually legislating. Okay. But see, only if you're in practice, you understand some of these things. There was a time that passed a policy that sugarcane outgoers where they're supplying sugarcane factories, that said sugarcane factories should withhold, I think, was 2%. You remember that there was that war, And you know what the other guys did? The farmers, they said, we're not going to give factories sugarcane, and the factories were stranded. 2%. People in the east said, if that is the case, easy. We're not going to give you the factories. Didn't have the raw material. They came back to the
drawing board
through the Ministry of Trade to the government, saying, look here, we are not in business. And the government had to do what? Whoever for that. And then production reduced. So when you supply the university and it retains your 6%, before it pays you, it will have your TIN number, the way I told you, altogether. Now, if in a year, you've given by university and science technology, you supply them goods for maybe 100 million, altogether, because they keep on withholding your 6%. Now, for you, why putting in your return? A return is a declaration to the government, URA. When I say return, it's a declaration, And now for you saying, this year my gross is the 50 millions. Do you see how you're triggering an audit from third-party information? Altogether.
Okay.
Altogether. Because my university has declared you that it will, from 6%, those who of you did math, you can compute and know the total, right? Now here, for you are saying you sold goods of what? For 50 million. But my university has declared 100 million.
Okay.
That's why you hear an audit has been initiated against somebody. And sometimes these people don't know. Okay? Yes, and some people just don't know. That's why you have to be very careful. Yeah? Yeah. Once you go full registration, okay? You don't just play with your TIN number. Put in an email address that you can regularly check, okay? And hear from what your has to say, okay? And whenever you actually need to ask about something, you need to go there and then ask here. Now, the last one I want to talk about domestic taxes. The payers you earn, you know them, right?
Do you know them? Yes.
If you're employed somewhere,
Okay. Yes.
you know,
it's
by
for
the
salary earners.
Bill, let me tell you something, yeah? And this used to happen. We allow in internships in our company, and sometimes you find somebody is doing accounting and something, yeah, but you actually find they have no knowledge about taxation. And it even when you look through, they even said about taxation, yeah. Or you employ somebody, okay? They a graduate, and you're not aware you're supposed to pay taxes, okay?
Bachelors of Accounting and Finance.
Somebody doing bachelors of accounting and finance, okay? They have deducted their money for pay as you earn, and for which other one? Thank you. NSSF.
Yeah.
Okay? Local tax service is paid once in a year. And now you hear somebody making noise and quarreling. Yeah? Okay? Okay? Yeah?
Maybe a lecturer of.
Yeah? Out together.
Yes.
So that's what I want to talk about. That as you think of, I had some people who are in production. Yeah? Now, there are items that are gazetted for excise duty.
Okay, what is exercise duty? Exercise.
Excise duty. By definition, first when we started that time, that was a duty that it was the tax, yeah, to regulate consumption. If I remember, yeah, for me, that's what I remember. Like on alcohol, okay, yeah. But now I was shocked. That thing was extended even to water. If you look at, you see this?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, so they extended now. These are called digital stamps. Yeah. Yes, DTS, digital stamps. Yeah. So water has actually excise duty. All these soft drinks. Yeah. Remember, some time back there used to be many kombuchas. Yeah. But now there are few that make noise on the TVs. But at the time there were many. Yeah. So when they brought DT stamps, okay. Now, I can assure you, you're going to make your kombucha, in your trading center. Yeah? If it's in your trading center and it makes you good money, yeah, please stick there. And you're not putting digital stamps. But if you want to move out of your trading center, even in your trading center, they can catch you. If you increase production and want to go other centers, if they hijack that truck, yeah, the penalty is 50 million straight up towards that company. If Renzo released one boat into the market, yeah, without a stamp, sometimes there are these, or sometimes you've seen that if you buy like a splash, all actually even like you do in cosmetics, yeah. Now they have actually also extended to what? Cosmetics altogether. Now,
we have someone making water here.
actually, by the way, the water. Do they have the DT stamps?
You are learning. It's
yeah, actually, yeah. Just first give me that bottle.
It's still prototype, so it's not selling yet. We need to
yes.
put the disclaimer.
Yeah, some things like this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Now, so now this one.
Prototype. No, it's not on the market.
It's not on the market.
Just prototype. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Still in the lab.
still in the lab. I know you need first have UNBS certification.
Yes.
Okay. Then also register. You also have to register this. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. The way it looks. Yeah.
The design.
Yeah. Because your packaging. You have to register the branding. Yeah. Yeah. I also we didn't know the thing. We manufacture bread and other things. So you have to bread has to undergo testing, and the permit the certificate is usually for 1 year. You keep on renewing. You have to keep on renewing.
My blazer.
My you see, government is always in business, yeah?
Yes.
And all these are business avenues that government gets money altogether. Okay? Yes, so that's why the driving permit now. If I already know how to drive, really, yeah, how can you say my driving skills have expired?
Exactly.
Altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah? But because it has to expire,
so that they get money.
So the government gets money. Altogether. The intention. Yeah,
your
even
national ID.
how can my identification? Okay, maybe you say now I'm growing, now I might have white hair, so we need to have white. That is understandable. So, like this water, let me see the company name.
Dripla.
Dripla.
Yeah, okay.
Let's say Dripla Limited. If you produce and the UNBS finds them on the shelf there in the supermarket, they will be taken, they will be seized. But also if they usually move to confirm all these things are readable. There's a machine they have, they test, yeah? If they don't find this, yeah? And by the you see the contacts must be there. You see why you have to register with UNBS, okay? I want you to understand UNBS permits you and says, this is you, these are the nutrients, and this is your address, packed and bottled by so and so with your physical address. So by the time UNBS permits you with their QR code,
yes, this one.
Yes, with their QR code, this one.
Dripa doesn't have it.
It means they visited you altogether.
Yeah.
So they have to confirm your address. They have to confirm your contacts altogether.
Yeah.
Now the taxman is going to find you have your water, but they will not comply with the excise with the DTS stamps. Yeah? So they will actually look for you, yeah, with a straight up penalty, 50 millions, yeah, non-negotiable. So those of you are planning to go into production,
and I think
you need to know
we are the majority here.
Yes, yeah, you need to know. I'm happy this one is doing small things, but she's doing the right thing, yeah, okay. Yeah, because also she knows if she brings the things on the market, yeah, they cannot be sold unless they are complying, yeah. For us, if UNBS comes and some of the things are there, they just take them out, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Andrew, for that you have shared. Now, I'm here wondering, as a beginner, really, like what you have shared is so good, but it is very overwhelming. Yes. So at some point, I actually felt like, is it that these regulatory whatevers that are put in place are only to favor the big dogs to keep in the market? Because Dripla right now, if he's actually to comply, I don't think he can comply. Yeah.
Yeah, and let me just ask this question because it goes exactly like that, and I had written it. At what point did you realize that tax compliance is actually a strategic advantage rather than a burden? And what actually happens to Uganda businesses that grow because they are there but ignore taxes, especially those who think they will handle it later? What happens? I don't know if the question is very clear.
Yeah, it is. Some time back, institutions would request for pre-qualification. Yeah, is there somebody who could have done procurement? Anybody who did procurement? okay, this is the thing. Buyers can move in and buy water. Okay? All together. But can university walk by itself, come and buy, maybe buy a bus? Yeah? Can university walk and buy a bus?
No.
All together. But buyers can move and go and buy a bus. All together.
Yeah.
So there are people who are going to buy on behalf of
The university.
on behalf of the university, of the institution, all together. So because that's an entity, it cannot move. So now that's why there are those procurement processes, that must be fulfilled altogether. Yeah, public procurement something, and disposal unit. Okay.
PPDU.
Yes, sir, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So now, if you're going to deal with university, it's a public what?
Institution.
Institution. It's going to ask you for that PPD certificate. Altogether. Now, if you don't have that certificate, if you had I known this question was going to come, I would have come with some of the documents. I need to look at them critically. When the pre-qualification document is out, they are called bid documents. Look at those requirements altogether. Now, one of them would be that. Okay. Now, there's another commonest one. The commonest one would be what you call a tax clearance.
Tax clearance.
Certificate.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
It's called a TCC. Altogether. Now, if you're not compliant, you're not going to have that what?
TCC.
You're not going to have that TCC. Okay, previously, people would maybe bribe and do that, but now the system has become centralized, and every TCC issued, one officer told me they're actually audited, So if a supervisor has issued it, there's what system audits say. So system audits will come back and run through, did this person actually deserve, a tax clearance? Yes or no? So altogether, now where compliance comes in?
Yes.
Now, so if once you have all those, so, and this is how compliance is supposed to help companies that are compliant get business. So that process is supposed to tame off non-compliant people. Okay. But oftentimes that's not the case. In our Uganda. As I said, abalaba omusawo bakola ki?
Abekasawo be balaba omusawo.
Abekasawo bakola ki? So
abekasawo be balaba omusawo.
Exactly. So, but now because of that, so sometimes they are back doors,
which is very bad for those who are compliant. I get you.
Exactly.
Because a company like MTN, you expect it to be compliant. So if you are compliant, you are going to do business. But if someone passes through the back door, then it doesn't.
So that's the same that is actually happening. Every time, even yesterday, I had your come to visit our offices. And I was actually asking them, for you, every time they talk about compliance, you run to day to day. Why? Okay. Yes, you don't have other options. Every time, somebody's from DTS, now somebody's from very many departments altogether. Before you know it, UNBS also comes in. Then there's this DDA for milk. Okay. Then UNBS also is in two sections. The other one's for cosmetics. The other one's for weighing scales.
Yes.
Or even the weighing scales used in the bakery. The other one's for production. Okay. And they come and notice, and even they don't know that their colleagues, are even from this place, Okay, you get it. So you are trying to comply. You are in the same playing field with people who are not complying. So it's actually has been one of our biggest challenges in business.
Yes.
We are in the government system, and our counterparts actually are not. Okay, so is this really very fair? Now you see, they subject us that you supply me, I remove 6% from me. Is it fair?
No.
But now you talk to a member of parliament and he tells you that he has no idea about it. That's why I'm telling you. For me, I have an issue with the legislation in Uganda.
The members of parliament, and
Yes.
they removed. And
That's my issue.
Okay, okay. So our time is fast spent, guys, and we need to finish. Now, it was supposed to be here up to 8:30, but the conversation became heated. No, these are some of the things you can't finish in just 2 hours.
True, yeah.
I understand, and I believe that we can have him another time. We need also to let him go, but before he goes, you have a question. I want to allow only one question. I had wanted to get it from someone who has not said anything today here,
For
but
gender balance, we can have a boy and
a female and a man. So okay, this is the man. Dorothy, you will ask a question. I think we don't have very many females, as you can see around. Someone said ladies fear taxation, as it was. Then of course we will finish up, and then shall go for our last fun 10 rapid questions, and then we'll be done. But before we even go to that, I want to thank you guys for coming to the Avoda run. It was very, very, very successful. We can clap for ourselves. We are partners, and we made it, and it was just amazing. And I also want to thank you again for being very good people, coming every time. And yeah, Eliud won the 10-kilometer race. Yeah, so he's also is the proprietor of Drippler, which we have been talking about. So I'll hear from Dorothy, and then him, and then Andrew. Okay?
Thank you very much.
You can probably give a vote of thanks or something.
As I said, I'm actually happy to be here. I got information on Andrew's status. I don't know any of you, but I view his status is a lot. So I saw a talk on, I think, yeah, and I'm planning to go to China because of him next month.
Thank you.
So I can tell I was attracted by his status. But as young people, I've seen most of you are young, I encourage you to join business. As a former banker for 20 years in Centenary Bank, I left the bank and I am now into private business. I have a plumbing shop at Mackenzie. I'm a contractor. I build in schools. And I supply. I'm a supplier in Intare School. I supply all their plumbing. Supply in Boranyanji Girls. I supply in these big institutions. And as Andrew, very compliant, because if you do not get a tax clearance, as he was saying, you can't supply in Intare School.
You cannot.
If you do not have NSSF clearance, you cannot supply, for example, in MAST. If you do not have PPDA clearance, that is, your goods must be of standard. You cannot supply in these big institutions. So this talk was rather timely, especially for you young people. And paying taxes should not be really a burden. Because in the long run, much as Andrew demands his the VAT is deducted and all that, when you file your returns, in one way or the other, that money comes back to you. Don't look at it as a burden, 100%. Yeah. So thank you, Andrew, for the talk.
Thank you.
I don't know when these young people always meet.
Friday at 6 p.m.
Every Friday.
Yes.
Oh, here.
Yes.
Oh.
For now.
I should give you around one of these days when when you invite me, I'll come.
Actually,
Because I love the young people. And I see you guys are ahead of the game. I mean, like some of us don't even know how to go on Pinterest. For example, I'm going to shop, but I don't know what I'm going to shop. All I know, I want chairs, I want this, I want beds, I want this. But I'm like, now, as Andrew was saying, are they going to con me? Are they going to... So also ask the mature people, take us through these new innovations. Alibaba, how do I put Alibaba on my phone? How do I view it? Don't laugh at us, but please support us. Thank you very much. I'll be happy to come back another time when invited.
And Emma, who is one of the founders of the launch, said you are his mentor. So we are... Yes, in Rotary. Oh, we are...
Yeah, thank you much, Dorothy. I think also one time maybe you can also give us a talk.
Yes.
Some experiences.
Yes, you will.
Yes.
You guys want it?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I have two small questions. Number one is you didn't talk about the local taxes within a particular area. For example, in Balala, there is council money, which I hear about and I didn't hear you talk about.
Okay,
As
yeah,
a
it's
person
very
who wants to start a business in Balala, I want to know those other
right.
taxes that are around. Yeah. Then another one, I worked for some guy who had a company in Uganda, but he had two companies in one. He was giving out some construction materials called scaffolds. So every time they would come, a person who wants a big order would use some company name. Then small items would give on another company name. At some point, I think he was dodging tax, but I didn't know why he was doing that. So I want some clarification on that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you once again, Madame Dorothy, for joining us. Now, as she has told you, you see, she's in business. Now, for her, like, once she goes, she would know that this is what I need. This is what my clients need. Altogether. Now, it will be, because for her, it becomes very easier. As you travel, you already, like I said, you already have a shipper, eh? Now, the shipper guides you into the markets, eh? Okay? So she'll be guided and she'll be taken maybe to uh, the plumbing area, okay? Yeah, and then she'll be able to choose, yeah? But now, if you move from here now, you think Dorothy is making money, you just go and going to, I can assure you, bring things and then they will be stuck, okay? Because now for her now, she knows what, like, it's same applies the person I told you whom I went with, eh? He was actually dealing in hardware. Yeah, I was very impressed. The man knew what, and actually even he told me he was able to sell his things within record time, eh? Because when he came, he was able even to outcompete, yeah, and take the record, yeah. So, Dorothy, thank you very much. Like she has said, there are guidelines to supply some of these institutions, eh? Okay. And now, I know a friend, Tinamgambizin. You know, Dorothy, the man had opened up a company, okay? Registered it. He didn't even need to have a shop, yeah? He didn't have an office, okay? But he made sure he registered the company and he made sure he actually complied with some of these things, yeah? Paid the little tax you had to pay, registered it for VAT, got tax clearance, because, yeah. So whenever they would ask, yeah, there are times I would realize when the pre-qualifications would come out, eh, you'd find there's day-to-day, his company is there, and maybe one more company from Kampala. Okay? So, but I knew him because he would come and buy from me. Yeah? Actually, there was a time where I reached, I'm like, you know what, now, for you apply here, because I know for you, you're going to come and buy for me, at least for you give me cash. So sometimes I would even advance him credit, eh? Yeah? Yeah. And for me, that was being smart. Okay? Because the university, they will ask when they're opening the bid documents, eh? Do they have this document? Yeah, it's usually a team. Okay? They say make 3 copies, eh? Is the tax clearance certificate there? They put a tick. If it's not there, then it's put aside, yeah? Yeah. And that's under open bidding, yeah? So now the audits actually come in, okay? Yeah? And when you hear some of these cases happening, it's just that officers skip some of these protocols, eh, and requirements, eh? Yeah, he asked about local taxes. Yes, thank you. Now, you know, what we call central government taxes, eh? But now they centralize the entire system, eh? Even now you first pay through, even now, even council fees, they go through URA, then they ask for them later, eh? But the trading license, yeah? Like here, trading license must be paid, yeah? That is paid on local what? That's under local government now, eh? For local councils, eh? Now, the people who have, the people who pay ground rent, yeah? I think people of the central market, yeah? Because that's the council facility. So they pay, for them they pay what you call ground rent, or even all land that is leased, yeah? If you have a title that is it's a lease title, you pay ground rent, okay? Then the other thing, now there are property taxes. If you own a building like this one, you pay I've forgotten the computation. Now, remember, the one tax I forgot to tell you, if some of you are landlords, rental tax, eh? Rental tax, and you must show.
The rental tax is different from property tax.
Rental, that's now, and that is the argument we've always advanced for it. It's just the same thing, yeah? Let's say property tax, this one council claims it. Now rental tax, URA claims it, okay? This is just duplication of taxes, eh? Yeah, but you know, this property tax, yeah, ideally, owners of the buildings, are supposed to dictate what that money should do, okay? Yeah, but now it goes to what you call a consolidated fund, yeah, and then it actually has to come back, okay? Yeah, so those of you who are, don't be shocked if one day, if you're landlords, you're a landlord and then you're requested to pay what? Rental tax, eh? So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for having me. I want to ask to understand whether our learning objectives have been fulfilled. And our number one was that to apply the knowledge on taxation and importation. Yes? Is it a yes?
Yes.
Were you able to interpret and apply some basic tax laws?
Some basics.
Yeah, the basic ones.
Uh-huh.
The basic ones. And also put the legislatures on admin.
Will you develop some tax planning strategies?
Definitely.
Okay. And we'll be able to manage a tax investigation and just have and know its origin. Because actually, if you have the basic knowledge, then you can actually easily do what? Investigate on your own, eh? Yeah. And ably advise another person on the tax matters. Yes. Is it a yes?
Yes.
Then if a yes, yes. Then my today's objectives have been fulfilled. Thank you very much for your time.
I want the camera focused on me and him, because it's a 1-1 answer quickly, and we are out of here. But once again, thank you so much for being here. We hope to have you next week. You have been a great audience. I think you have also learned something from them.
Yeah.
So
horticulture, I wanted. Everybody somebody knows about horticulture.
Yes, I know.
I need that.
I know a company called Meta.
Okay, we'll discuss about that. Yes.
Okay, so, all right, are we ready to go? Is the camera on us? Okay. First question, what is the biggest fear you have ever faced as a business leader?
Now, that's a very good one. My biggest fear is to have a company slip out of my hands. Yeah, I think can be regrettable in my end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One book every entrepreneur should read.
Some of us are not good book readers, eh? But there's one book. But there's one book I ever read, yeah? Okay? From behind up to it. It was called The Secret, but I don't even remember.
The Secret.
The Secret. I don't remember the author, but the book was called The Secret. And it largely talks about the laws of nature, how the laws of nature greatly impact on what we do, okay? And how if you can use nature, okay, actually to grow ourselves and to be better, okay? For instance, if you say, I'm going to do A, B, C, D, yeah? And you feel it and then you keep on echoing, you keep even talking about it, okay? You're rebuking the wishes, and you've seen it happen. Have you ever had somebody say, "Nketegaho kugura nkaboda," yeah, and yisha yajugura. Ninga kainda gure motoka yisha yajugura. You get it? Yeah. So it means everything actually we say, we are commanding the universe, Okay. Yeah. And once you command the universe, yeah, so you only wait for it to do whatever it has to do. Maybe Piasat needs to do something, yeah. Maybe this talk also has to happen, and then at the end of it, something, yeah. For me,
So
it's called The Secret, yeah.
Look
You can
for The
out
Secret.
For that, yeah.
China, Dubai, or local sourcing, what changed your life the most?
Yeah. Now, for us, with Dubai, because Dubai, especially UAE, you can find a variety of items. Eh? Yeah,
Okay.
it's a China largely made in China.
Okay.
Yeah, but in Dubai,
You
yeah,
can made everywhere
made
in the world.
everywhere. Even Lato is even on the Dubai market.
Wow,
Yes.
wonderful. What is the best business decision you have ever made?
That is the the best decision. That is a bit very tricky. Yeah, but okay, maybe the best decision was one time there was a dam. When that dam was going to start, Kagate Power.
Yeah.
I insisted. I went there and I insisted, yeah, that I will supply, yeah. Everything they asked, I said we will have them. They wanted a freezer van. I said I have it, even I didn't have it. Yeah, and I was actually believed, yeah. But I was believed because the manager, the project manager, was a Lion. He's a member of Lions Club of Milan. Okay? And I had my pin. Okay, so he actually believed in my word. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, I think that business decision was actually very good because it really gave us a very good turnover.
Perfect. Then for these 3 questions, who is your best Ugandan MP, past or present?
For me, as I said, I have issues with the legislation. Yeah? But honestly, that is an off-guard. I don't have any particular one.
Same with you?
No.
I'm not fussy.
No, not really. But if I'm to, but I would think Miriam Matembe knew what she was doing. Yeah?
Back then, yeah.
Yes,
I agree. I
yeah,
agree.
Miriam Matembe, yeah, Miriam Matembe knew what she was doing. Yeah,
definitely. Who's your best Ugandan musician?
Now for me and music,
there is always someone.
I'm not really very fan of music, but let me see which songs.
Please don't.
Yeah, but actually, by the way, Reggie has.
You see, you are not.
It's our homeboy.
You're biased, the man.
No, he has. His music has greatly improved.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
His music is sensational.
It keeps on improving.
Yeah, it's very sensational. Yeah.
And for the last.
And he's not a proud guy. He's a decent guy.
Decent.
Decent.
I saw his interview in. Okay, let me leave that.
Yeah.
Now for the last question, the question of generations. Yes, the question which is not supposed to be a question, but some people bring the debate.
Yes.
Messi or Ronaldo?
I'll go with the billionaire man. The man is the first to be the billionaire. What are you talking about? You know he's a billionaire?
I know.
The
but
first billionaire.
I know, but
Yes.
I mean.
He's a Messi guy. He's a Messi guy.
Hey, he's a Messi guy. Yeah. You see, I usually tell people, numbers don't lie, but people lie. Okay? Yeah, numbers don't lie, but people do lie. Yeah.
I'm a bit disappointed, but
Yeah.
I mean it's okay. It's
Yeah.
understandable. He's a billionaire,
He's
and
a
we are
business-
talking business.
I'm talking business, exactly. Yes.
All right, thank you guys. Another big hand clap.